Hello again, and welcome to lesson 2.9, literal equations. The standard is ACED 4, and the students will be able to arrange equations to highlight the point of interest. So that's you are students, and we're going to just get started. So what are they? Literal equations are equations that have more than one variable. How are they alike other equations and how are they different? I think finding something that's the same and different is helpful in order to understand things. So the same, we're still going to use opposite operations to solve. What's different? Literal equations don't simplify as nicely. That's okay. Let's see. Oh, that was supposed to be a GIF, but for my Parks and Rec people. Let me see if I can make it a GIF here. I can't, but if you guys know, you know, literally. All right, let's get going. I like to refer to literal equations as just rearranging their furniture. You won't find that in a math book anywhere. That's just what helps me. Because we're moving things around more than we are actually solving, in the sense that you're getting a quantity, a single number, what you're interested in. So technically it's solving, but I think of it more as rearranging. Like I said, we're rearranging the furniture, and if you like Friends as much as I do, then you'll appreciate this here. We're just going to pivot. If you need to remember or think of literal equations, just think we pivot. And have fun rearranging the furniture. So we're just going to practice. The thing with literal equations is that it's always going to tell you to solve for something, to highlight an area of interest. In this case, we need to solve for B. So when we solve for something, we get it alone, right? We know that. We want it all alone. So in order to get B alone, we need to rearrange the furniture. And the way that we're going to do that is by doing the opposite operations just like we are used to. That doesn't change. We still have to do the opposite operations to get B alone. So right here, what's happening is multiplication. We've got, and this is actually the area formula. So area equals base times height. If we want to solve for B, or the base, the area formula for like a rectangle. We need to undo what's happening right here. So there's multiplication happening. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by h. That goes away. So we're left with area over height, so A over H equals B, and that's our answer. We just rearranged the furniture, so to speak. That's all we have to do. And again, we can put the variable that we're solving for on the left. That's how you'll see it, like on your assignment, and that's fine. It's the same. We know we can flip that around. No biggie there. Let's try another one. Here we need to solve for H. So we need to get H alone, right? We've got to get rid of or move or rearrange this side here and the L and the W, and this is volume equals length times width times height. If you're curious, we were using equations here that are more common and that you could come in contact with at another time. That's not what we're focused on. So back to what I was saying, got sidetracked. We need to move the length and width, or the L and W. We need to get that over here. We can do that by dividing both sides by L and W. They go away here, so we get V over LW equals H. And then we can switch it around. And that's it. See how we're just rearranging the furniture? We're not actually getting any numbers here or quantities. We're just moving things around to draw attention to or highlight what we want to get all by itself. Now here we want to solve for W. We want that guy. We need to get him alone, or her, or they. We need to get them alone. We're going to do opposite operations. So we need to undo this. We're going to subtract 2L from both sides of the equation. So we end up with P minus 2L on this side equals 2W. Do you see how I moved that? I just undid it. I kept it all together. I'm not worried about solving it. I just need to get it out of my way, right? We still have to get that W all by itself, and there is this 2 in the way. So we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 2. So we have W by itself now, and we leave this like this. This is it. And we can flip it around like we would see in our assignment. And that's it. We're just moving stuff, the order of things. Do not let the multiple variables trip you up. You actually have to do less computational work, or less like adding and subtracting and getting the right quantities. You're doing less of that. You're just moving things around. We have one more over here. Solving for M. We're going to run into this equation later, actually, in not next unit, the unit after. But we're going to need to get M all by itself. So right now, this means they're multiplied together. I'm not going to distribute. I don't need to. I just need to rearrange. So how do I get rid of or undo that multiplication? Easy. If I have my goodness, I need to get my pen here going. Okay. I divide. I'm going to divide both sides of this equal sign, because we still do the same thing to both sides, by x minus x sub 1, that quantity. Again, we don't need to really even worry about right now what that means. We end up with y minus y sub 1 over the quantity x minus x sub 1 equals m. And then we can do our whole little deal where we rearrange, where we put m on the left. So then it reads more like a sentence. M equals, or m is, that is our answer. So try to see past all the different variables. Just focus on rearranging until you can get what you want alone. There are all our examples. Make sure you can pause them. Have these down. They'll help on your assignment. I tell you that all the time. And I hope that we're finally getting the hint as to why I mention that all the time. Right?